Good evening. I'm very honored to be here tonight as one of the two winners of the Proverse Prize 2020 and to see my poetry collection, Uncharted Waters, in the good company of the works of the other winner, Professor George Watt from Australia, of my amazing fellow poets, Vish and Liam, and of all the other selected poets and writers. Uncharted Waters would not exist without Proverse Hong Kong's continuous support for poetry and the written word. Therefore, I'd like to thank the Proverse founders, Dr. Gillian Bickley and Dr. Werner Bickley, the Proverse judges for believing in my work, and the Proverse editors and the whole team for their assistance, and for turning my collection into a book. I'm also obliged to Hong Kong Arts Development Council for the grant given for the publication of my poetry collection. My gratitude goes to my family in Hong Kong and Italy, to my husband Tech for his encouragement, my daughter Antea for the illustration on the book cover, and my son Leonardo for the picture of the author at the back of the book. I would also like to thank all my friends, the group of inspiring poets I meet every week at the social room, my MFA advisors at Hong Kong U, headed by Professor Paige Richards. I'm very glad tonight to be able to share this special event with Mr. Stefano Fossati, Director of the Italian Cultural Institute, and with all of you here tonight. I'd like now to tell you about an interesting discovery that I recently made. During my stay in Italy this summer, I walked through the woods, not far from home, until I reached a distance post with a trail map of the area and an explanation of the origins of the nearby villages. One of these villages was Caronno Varesino. I knew that my family name, Caronni, was something like coming from Caronno, and I guess my father's ancestors probably lived around there. But I was very surprised to read that the origin of the name Caronno is Proto-Celtic. It comes from Gar Ar rune, meaning close to a flowing river. Arn is river, from Latin Arnos, and think about the river Arno in Florence. Nomen omen, like they say in Latin, the name is a sign. Water has not only been running in the family, but throughout my entire life, and I call Hong Kong, a city partly developing on islands, my home now. For this reason, my first poetry collection could only be a celebration of water, in all its forms: oceans, seas, rivers, streams. Water unites and divides my two worlds, Italy and its many beautiful lakes and seas, and Hong Kong, but also other shores with the rivers sail up during my trips, among which the Mekong, the Irrawaddy, the Lemanak. And obviously, seas and oceans, and also a swimming pool, where sometimes my poems take shape. Even well-known waters can be uncharted. We will never know their depths, but we will still plunge into them, curious and ready to explore. My poetry collection takes shape in Hong Kong, narrating my first encounters with the city and its island and my life journey there, and subsequently moves to other countries in Asia, Central America, Northern Africa. I then traveled back in time to Italy, riding the waves of the Mediterranean Sea, the memories of my youth and the troubles of modern times. Finally, I explored the more intimate universe of love, pain, motherhood, memories, and ultimately the act of writing. Because for me, Uncharted Waters also represents a conceit, a bigger metaphor. The use of English when writing, a language I started learning at age 14, quite familiar now, but still a deep ocean full of fascinating mysteries and secrets. I would therefore say that this collection is a discovery of all the waters I swam in during my life, and of a language, English, with its beauty and challenges. All this takes me back to my origins, out of the woods and close to flowing, uncharted water. Thank you again for being here tonight.